Hello, all my lovely light bodies. Thank you so much for all your wonderful responses. I was overwhelmed by the amount of people who are responding to that. It's awesome. It's great to know that we're all together in this and that we are all one. So today I kind of wanted to do a follow-up on some of the things that I was talking about last time as far as experiences. Something that kind of caught me off guard was a comment that was made about Dark Night of the Soul being a specific religion and church belief and the sacredness of that. And I laugh because you cannot own somebody else's experiences. You cannot, take an experience and claim them for your church as this is what only my church members go through. That's crazy. The gift of Dark Night of the Soul was a poem written especially to help people through this. And I just hope that others can experience this as their own. So with experiences, I wanted to kind of talk today about organic experiences. And now in life, we have all kinds of different types. We have something I call synthetic experiences, is where, you use money or currency to purchase an experience, such as, the latest handbag that you saw on a celebrity, or going out to dinner. You pay for these experiences. Then there's something that I like to call organic experiences. And what I mean by this is that when you're about to have an organic experience is when you start to feel the blue bubble. And for those of you who have experienced the blue bubble, it is the most amazing thing because something great is about to happen. So what happens is when you are in this blue bubble, it's like a different dimension, a different world. It's full of love. It's filled with anything that you could have ever manifest, it starts happening. And so when you have an organic experience that follows, it's very pure and true, and you start to experience a life on a different level. So, for instance, an example of this would be falling in love. For those of you who have experienced falling in love, it's like timeless. You want to be with that person all the time, and every time you turn around, you're like, wow, it's time to go to work again, or wow, I can't believe it's, I feel like all I want to do is be with you. And that is what I would call an organic experience. More experience of this would be if you are going through your vision board and you put something up on the vision board, and then you turn around and you're, going throughout your day, and all of a sudden someone mentions something about it, or someone the signs are there like, hey, what about this? Or, you experience this blue bubble. And the blue aura, it can expand, especially if you have a twin flame experience where it's miles and miles of this blue bubble where the craziest things happen, If you are followers of spirit science, I love watching his videos. And one of the ones that threw me off was, they've been traveling all over now, and they came across a snow castle. How crazy is it to be driving and then just see a sign that says, come visit the snow castle? That is like the most beautiful synchronicity at work that if I've ever heard it. Or an experience that happened to me was I have been always dreaming about going abroad and working for an orphanage somewhere where they need, so much love and support and protection for these young babies. And I was like, what organization can help me with that? I'd love to go do it. And I came across some people randomly that were talking about it just out of the blue, an organization where they had gone to Nigeria and worked and built a school there. And I just thought, wow, this is one of those moments that you experience the synchronicity, and the universe is saying, go, move forward. When you hit resistance, right before you hit resistance, when you start to hit the wall of resistance of, God, my dreams, everything I want, nothing is happening. You have to push yourself. When that resistance is there, right before you push through the wall, that's when you find it. Okay. Say you don't like singing in public. Go sing karaoke, because when you hit that wall and you push through it, on the other side is everything that your heart desires. And I know this to be true because I was fearful of singing in public, and I sang karaoke, and afterward I felt invincible. I felt like, what a fear. Why should I be afraid of something like that? Now I sing all the time in public, and probably people ask me to stop. But I just kind of want to throw that out there. When you do have these organic experiences, cherish them and love them, because it's the only thing that you can take with you in this world when you leave. And for those who are trying to sell you false experiences, just keep your eye open on that and just realize what your body really needs. And it does not need a stupid $3,000 handbag, or it doesn't need, to buy all these things that are just going to break. You can't take them with you. So, again, thank you for watching my videos. I'm very, very amazed about how the whole thing kind of is coming. So, thank you for watching, and if you have any questions or requests on videos, please just send me a little link or a little message to let me know, and I'll kind of share my thoughts on that. So, thanks again for watching. Love and light.